Hey friends, it's Teresa with Jeremiah Dreams. I have been having some technical difficulties, but I'm finally here. It's been a little bit of a struggle this evening, but that's the way it goes in the tech world, right? So I am again Teresa with Jeremiah Dreams, and welcome to my channel. The other evening, we started a Christmas project that I will be converting into Christmas cards and such because creatives have to work quite well about 6 months ahead in order to um, kind of stay up on all the things for retailers. I know I may not be like making a lot of sense at the moment, but my brain's going like 25 different directions all at the same time. But anyway, so I'm going to bring you guys along and let you see me. There's my friend, Miss Jenny. How are you, sweet friend? Thank you for being here. I'm always excited to see my Facebook friends join me over here on YouTube, and it just means the world to me. So, just a little housekeeping. If you're not following or subscribing to me, please give me a follow. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to know when and where you can find me, whether it's here on YouTube or over on Facebook, down in the description is my link for my Telegram channel, which is free for you and free for me, but it's a great way to stay in touch. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, I'm so glad you're doing good, Jenny. I hope you had a great day, girl. All right, let me get this maximized for you. And we're going to get started. Actually, would y'all like it if I kind of do a little bit like this? And that way y'all can kind of see me too. All right, so I hope the lighting is good for everyone. Hopefully it's just out of sight. And let's get going. All right, so I think I want to start with kind of laying in some more color for our angel wings, and then we're going to work on some of the face and kind of just work our way down in the project. Let me grab a palette, and tonight for the angel wings, I am going to use my Master's Touch Titanium White. I love this color. The coverage is exceptional, and I get it at Hobby Lobby. I wait and buy it when it's on sale and kind of stock up a little bit as I can. And I've just been very, very impressed with this paint. You can use it for texturizing if you want. You can thin it down almost like a watercolor, get it very, very thin and transparent. I've just been very, very impressed with it. So let me grab which flat brush. I don't want to get too wide. I think I'm going to use a number 5 flat brush. It's kind of my go-to size a lot of the time. And we're going to just lay in another coat on these wings. Right now, I just have some white chalk paint down just for a color blocker, but this titanium white is also really good about blocking color too. I'm trying to be very careful about going around my edges. And I know probably the last thing a lot of us want to think about is Christmas. But like I said, creators have to think about 6 months ahead for retailers to begin to stock up. And I'm hoping these will be available wholesale for retail purchasing. And we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to couple this with a design I had last year for Christmas. Kind of thinking about my edges here. Making sure we've got a nice coat. We're going to let that dry for a minute. You can already see the difference between the one coat and then the second coat of the titanium white. I'm going to just lay in this one, kind of work my way over. And we'll lay in some details, some shadow work to kind of help divide the two wings and give it distinction. I know Christmas is one of my favorite seasons. I think my favorite season of all is Easter. I love the significance of Easter. And it just kind of begins to warm up from the winter, and everything begins to bloom right about that time of year, unless it's in March. then we can certainly still have some pretty cold and snowy weather going on. But it is my favorite holiday. Easter is all of the um, time that we have as a family together and playing with the kids, the grands. It's just very special to me. But the significance of Easter is the most significant of all. And then right behind it is going to be Christmas and all of the excitement. I love building excitement for my kids. They're adults now, but I still have fun and we play games. I'm the rule maker of the games and I surprise them. I've got to be on my toes to keep my kids surprised as adults. So I always make some kind of a game where that they have no idea what they're getting for Christmas. And they seem to enjoy it. Keep them guessing right at the very end. And we take turns, one at a time, opening presents. All right, I think this looks pretty good. Let me grab some gray, and I'm going to use just a very soft gray. And I'm going to go ahead and lay in a little shadow work. And to do it, I'm actually going to double load my brush. I'm going to grab a little gray on one corner and some titanium white on the other, and just kind of blend it right here on my palette. And then I'm going to put just a little shadow right where those wings overlap. I don't want it to be major or significant, just trying to give a little distinction between the two. All right, I'm thinking about, I want to show a little bit of texture. I'm going to try something. I really have no idea how this is going to look, but we're going to try it and just do some scalloping with the shadows and see if we can get some interesting shapes going through here to make our brain think that we've got some feathers going on. I'm thinking what will translate onto a Christmas card is my train of thought. Let's see, gotta think about where my paint is. I think I got it mixed up. And that's very easy to do when you do the double loading. You've got to really keep it straight. And I mess up sometimes. And it's just paint. We fix it. And I'm gonna load again. Can you all see the detail of this, or do I need to bring the camera a little closer? Hopefully you can kind of see. And I don't want this super realistic. I'm trying to keep it not necessarily whimsical, but sweet, if that makes any sense. So tell me in the comments what your favorite holiday is and what is it that you like about it. And we're just going to work our way down. I think I kind of like that. This is something, a new little element that I've not done before. Keeping in mind the curvature of the wings. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm going to come up here and add a little more. Give it a little more depth through here. Tell me what y'all think. I would also love to know how you decorate for Christmas. Do you do a theme or just mix it all up? Kind of what is your, let's see, I'm thinking here how I'm going to do this. How do you like to decorate for Christmas? Turn this around a little bit. To offload some of the excess that's on the other side of the brush. Kind of builds up. See if I can kind of go from the other direction. I don't think I can. I think it's too opposite for me. I'm going to have to keep kind of going in the same direction here. There we go. I need to do just a little bit of cleanup at that top edge of that one wing. Right through here. Just where my brush kind of went over the edge a little. There we go. Ooh, I kind of like that. Okay. Now, before I start laying in too much hair, I do want to kind of think about their dresses and kind of fill this in because the hair is going to lay over on that some. And what I want to do is not have it so pure white, but I'm just going to kind of mix even where I've offloaded some of this gray. Grab some water, kind of thin it down a little bit. And I want kind of an off-white in these gray tones. It's very close, but I don't want it gray, but I don't want it white. I want it just kind of a little bit different. Okay, I'm going to offload my brush. And I'm going to give them these high collars just by doing zigzag motions. And then we'll bring in some highlights on with this as well. Bringing in just a little bit more white. Thinking about the shoulder area. And this one wing is just right up touching. It's almost like you have to use your imagination of where everything is. come down through here. I think I've got some glue strings. It's really going to take on life here pretty soon. We may have to let some of this kind of dry before we begin adding another coat. Now, usually when I'm really wanting to get some fine detail, I see how I'm holding my brush straight up and down. Okay, we're going to let that rest for a minute. I'll tell you what, we're going to just hit it with some warm air, get it dry. At least speed up that process. Let's add a little more. I'm going to add a little more to the frills around her neck. These are going to be so pretty. I want to keep in mind where their chins are so that the neckline is kind of following that angle. Thinking about the shoulder area. And I am making this one just a little more white since she is more in front. Okay, let's kind of dry this and see what we have. Let's add a little more titanium white through here. And let's come back over here to our other angel and add a little more. Just making sure we've got a nice coat on there. Nothing too transparent. Okay, we'll let that rest for just a little bit and let's get started on the hair. So we're going to have one that has brown hair and one that has blonde. That's just kind of how I envision them. Now, if you were to try something like this, the sky's the limit. You do what really inspires you. But I'm not going to make her too brown. I'm going to actually use some warm brown to kind of base in her hair. We're just going to do a base. Actually, we probably need a little bit darker. I'm going to go with this chocolate sprinkle. It is an apple barrel paint. I'm wanting a nice dark foundation. Still using my number 5 flat. And I just want to kind of think about where her hair is. And I always like to have part of the hair behind the shoulder and part in, a little bit of it kind of in front. Put a little bit kind of draping over the front there. This is just a foundation. We'll add detail to help fill it out. But we need to have a nice dark base. Kind of get it shaped around her face well. Okay. Hey, Brooke. How are you, sweet friend? So good to see you. All right, let's get this dry. My nose is itching. Company must be coming. All right. I'm going to get my detail brush. Let's see. And this is, I'm not sure what size this is. It's a size 1 round brush. We're going to take this warm brown. We're going to start laying in some details, just kind of some waves. This is sort of a mid-size for detail. And then we'll come in with some very fine details. It's just a building process. Just kind of following the foundation of that dark brown. Just finished working. I know that feeling. Feels good to just go. I really haven't had time to do that today myself. Okay, now I'm going to kind of lighten this up some more. I may just add some white to what I've already got. I think I will, just to get a lighter color in the family. So I'm just going to pick up some of this titanium white and bring it over here to my warm brown and just get a nicer, lighter color. And I'm going to actually use a smaller, what I call my micro brush, and put in some more details. This is actually an acrylic nail brush that I purchased that just gives me such detail that I can't seem to get with any other brush. And I really do love it. Okay. So we're really going to lay in some fine details of her strands of hair. I think one of the secrets is to not get too fast, but be intentional in laying in. And I have to tell myself to slow down. If I want that nice detail, I've got to slow down. You know, that's so true in all areas of our lives. If we want anything of quality, we need to slow down, right? Now, when I paint these characters, I do not have eyes on them. For this particular series, they do not have eyes. Some people like them not to have eyes and some people don't. So it's just really a personal preference. I want to pick up a little bit of warm brown and kind of work some of that back in. So tell me in the comments what you like to decorate with at Christmas? Do you have a theme? Look at how all the layers are kind of working together to just really give her a sweet, sweet look. Just going to add some very fine curls on the end. I love these micro brushes and the detail that they bring. I really love layering all of this up to get all the depths. There we go. I really like that. I like how that's coming together. Let's put a little bit more right through here. Here we go. I like that pretty good. Get this brush nice and clean. We'll go on to our next angel. Okay, so we're going to do her as a blonde. And I'm going to base her hair. To think about this for just a second. Because it needs to be kind of dark. I may just use this warm brown to base her in, and then we'll add the blonde. That's probably the best idea. Okay, just kind of dry that. So what do y'all think so far? Let me know. Tell me in the comments. I need to add another little layer to her collar. And let's just do that real quick before we get too far down the road. I need a little more titanium. Let me pull that in. Tell you, these paints really go a long way. Just kind of offloading. All right, we are about out of time, sweet friends. We're going to finish up, or try to finish up, our blonde-haired angel, and then we'll have to call it a night. Let's see here what colors I want to use. I'm going to pull in a little bit of a golden color, and then a little bit of some lighter color. Let's see, do I want to do the golden? Hold on, I got to think about this for one little second. Yes, I need to. I need the contrast. So I'm actually going to use some Moon Yellow folk art paint. It's a real bright shade. In fact, that's what I used on my star, so that will work well. And I'm just going to use my round brush that I used a while ago to kind of just lay in these tones. Okay. Now let's pull in the micro brush. I'm going to pull in this summer porch shade. Here it is. I'm almost out of this paint, so I got to shake it down a little bit. I've got a new bottle right over here, just waiting for when this one runs out. Get my little knife. Okay. I'm going to add a little water to this pretty summer porch color just to help it flow. It's almost like highlights. Let's add a little more brown. We're just layering. All right, I'm going to bring some of my warm brown back in. I'm going to be very intentional of where I'm laying it in. I think I need to clean my brush. These little brushes are amazing, but you do have to clean them more often because the paint dries and builds up in there, and you just got to kind of get it cleaned out periodically so that the bristles don't just go haywire on you, because they don't want to give that fine detail that I'm looking for. And I'm going to pull in a little more summer porch color. I think I need to thin down my paint a little bit because it gets pretty thick in these lights. It begins to dry. little bit more brown through here. There, I think that looks really nice. What do y'all think? Kind of like that. All right, I'm at a good stopping point, and we will plan to get together again, hopefully this weekend. I think this is going to be so sweet. But I want to say thank you for being here with me. Let me kind of do this. I so appreciate the time you've taken to hang out with me for a little bit. And feel free to leave a comment, and I will be glad to answer back as soon as possible. Hopefully, my email will let me know that you've made a comment. And if you are not subscribing to me, hit that subscribe button and come visit from time to time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Good night, sweet friends. Bye-bye.